Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and today we are going to be having a look at The Punisher by Diesel Addict 66. Now, this is based on a 1954 Peterbilt, and there are a lot of different options that can allow this truck to go from a vanilla setup all the way up to a super over-the-top, blast through everything in your path type setup. Now, what's really cool and really special about this truck is that it is Diesel Addict 66's first mod, and when I talked to him about it, he actually said he has been working on this truck for the better part of 7 or 8 months. Now, there are a couple of things that he's still wanting to address and tweak and change and update, and I'm sure that that's going to be the case with any mod going forward. Obviously, you know, sometimes modders will find something that, you know, once they release a mod into the public, they're like, oh, maybe I want to do this a little bit differently or adjust this, and that's completely understandable. Now, he also wanted to give a big thank you to the guys over at the IX team, and you'll find a whole list of credits for this truck on the mod.io page. But without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and fire it up, take it into the garage, and then we're going to bring it back out here. We're going to see what it can do with trailers, and we're going to see what it can do in terms of just, like, blasting through the terrain. So let's go ahead and fire it up. It sounds really good, too. Listen to that idle. It really, really does sound great. And check out the interior as well. Now, obviously, the interior has a bunch of different, switches, gauge housings, a radio, all that stuff. But check out the freaking steering wheel. I absolutely love that. Also, there's some subtle details on the bumper as well, like the little move over icon on the bottom is so sick. And even in stock tune, like in complete total stock tune, this thing is quick. It is not slow whatsoever. Now, one other thing to note is that it has Max Mike's tires. However, the vanilla tires that it has have actually been retuned by Diesel Addict. So if you want like a really crazy grip experience, you'll want to go for the vanilla looking tires that have been retuned. And if you want to go for a more kind of vanilla-ish experience or like a vanilla plus experience, go for the Max Mike tires. Now, engine-wise, let's go with the 8V71 twin turbo, a highly modified two-stroke diesel V8 built for one purpose: brute force and Diesel Addict style gameplay. So let's go ahead and do that. That's $22,000, but you know what? I think it'll be worth it. Now, the transmission that he recommends for mostly a kind of across-the-board gameplay style is going to be the 6-speed. Now, the 8-speed, I will say, the 8-speed, like, when you get going, you get going. I mean, it is speed to the max, and trust me, we will absolutely be putting that in there when it comes time for the bridge jump. Now, suspension-wise, we have stock hauling, we have all-purpose, and then we have lifted. Now, the lifted one, I think I might mess with that a little bit later, but I think we're going to start with the all-purpose. Now, the only thing with the all-purpose, though, is that it will slant the trailers a little bit. Now, I think he said he plans on addressing that a little bit later on in the future, but for now, it will slant the trailers, which isn't too big of a deal, at least in my mind. Now, let's go ahead and go down to a couple of the more aggressive tires, like, for example, some of the off-road options. Now, I really do like the offset of these OHD2s. I like how they sit right at the edge of the fender, but I'm actually kind of curious. Oh my god, look at those MMR Sabre dualies. They look sick. You can even go for, ooh, those look really good too. I just wish they came in a dually option. These are straight off of a Cat, and they look like they're straight off of one of the Cats for sure. But that single wheel is definitely one that could be used for some like absolute like terrain barreling at some point or another. I think I'm gonna go for, I'm so back and forth. I think I'm going to go for the 54-inch OHD ones. Now, winch-wise, we're going to go with the offline max power and range OP setup, although you can go for a mild upgrade or a stock winch if you so desire. And spare wheel-wise, you can stick one behind the cab. Snorkel-wise, you have twin tall wedge cabs. You have a couple of different ones, actually. And if you go for these, I mean, you could submerge this thing nearly to the roof and it'll be fine. Now, what's really cool about that lifted suspension, though, is the fact that even when you put a heavy crane on the back, it doesn't sag the truck out. So there's a lot of heft in that suspension. Now, let's see what this thing can do in terms of, I'm thinking saddle high. I'm thinking we're going to go pretty crazy on the weight behind this truck. And let's see, stock mud flaps or rear bumper and lights. I think I'm going to go for rear bumper and lights. And, oh, not recommended for towing, show bumper. Okay, never mind. We're going to go with the stock mud flaps then. And angled with beacons. And let's see, on the top, we're going to do the Oh, I'm so back and forth. I think the triple horn setup. And then rear fenders, I'm not going to mess with those. Front bumpers. Now, front bumper setups get really interesting on this truck because I think the stock style bumper looks great, but I also really like the move over bumper. I think the move over bumper is probably like the coolest one, just like to me personally. You can also put a Punisher skull right there on the front of the grille if you so desire. You can have a cabin protector, and you can have some hood sides right there as well if you so desire to have that option. So I'm going to do the cabin protector, and I think I'm going to do the Punisher skull on the grill as well. Why not? And then I've got to go for the dozer stacks. The dozer stacks look so good. But you have actually a pretty good selection of exhaust options if you would like to scroll through those as well. And I think we're going to go with these wheels. I really dig the way that looks, especially with this truck. Now, in terms of the color options, you have a full spectrum of colors to go through and choose from. I really like, actually, the gray that it comes with. It's kind of like a whitish gray. But I also like the red as well, because, like, well, of course you like the red. I mean, yeah. Of course I like the red. It looks sick in red. I'm going to go with a slightly darker gray. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit darker. And then on the dash, you know it's got to be beans. And then accessories-wise, I don't know where the camera is or what it's doing, but we're going to throw some dice right there. And then, wait a minute, did we have stickers? Oh, no, we had hood ornaments. Okay, so you can go for the hood ornaments if you'd like. I'm not going to put any on this particular build, but wow, does this look so good. This looks incredible. Let's go ahead and fire it up and get a trailer behind it now. I bet you with that engine setup, it's going to absolutely fly. It's going to absolutely just fly through the terrain with, like, just about nothing to stand in its way. All right, so let's see what you can hook up to that high saddle. So, of course, we've got that 5-unit wide gooseneck. And then in terms of, oh, we could do a super heavy. Part of me wants to do a super heavy, and then part of me doesn't. Actually, you know what? Instead of doing a super heavy, why not do one of the special trailers that are only accessible through the garage? Like, for example, we could do construction equipment, we could do oil tank, we could do oil refinery, we could do oil rig. There's all sorts of different trailer options that we could do through here. I really like the oil rig because it's obviously, like, it's based off an 8-unit super heavy. Ooh, we could do the rocket trailer as well. I think we're gonna do the oil rig on this one because the cool thing about the oil rig is that it's based off of an 8-unit super heavy. It's got a lot of weight to it, but it's also not insanely wide. You know, it's not like it's gonna get snagged on every other gate that you might go through. All right, let's head for the mud and see how this thing does over there. I'm not gonna try to pull the hill climb because I know it's really not gonna, I mean, it's not that it's not gonna do it, it's just the trailer isn't really gonna let it do it. Now, if you wanted to scout with this thing or use it as a support vehicle, you absolutely could. Just because I used it with a long trailer doesn't mean that that's the only application I would recommend using it for. I would honestly recommend using this thing for whatever you wanted. I mean, because it is so insanely powerful and it's so insanely capable. Hey, look at this. This is absolutely wild. Like this. Oh, there we go. We're starting to get it stuck now. But no, this basically encapsulates the entire gameplay style of Diesel Addict 66 into a truck. Almost there. It's making progress, but you can definitely tell it's having to work for it now in the deeper mud. But what I like about these recoated vanilla tires is the fact that they almost make you feel like there's some capability there. They don't feel like the second you drive into some mud, you're just going to immediately sink. Now, if you leave it in high, eventually you will dig down far enough that you wouldn't be able to go anymore, and that's completely understandable. But if you put it in low range, you really do feel like there's a chance that you could make your way out. And I like that. I really do like having that. All right, come on. Put you back into automatic. I know it turned the diff lock off, but nothing a little bit of power and throttle can't fix. Bro, it moves out. It absolutely just freaking moves out. All right, time for the dips obstacle. Now, I don't know if we're gonna need the lockers for this. We probably will. I'm not sure, actually. It definitely helps. I mean, I don't know if we need them or not, but boy, does it help. That is absolutely hilarious. Like, I haven't even... Oh, God. I haven't even, like, tried to go diagonally. I've just been going straight through here, and it just pulls it. No problem. Wow, this thing is probably the most capable, like, 6x6 semi-truck I've driven in a very long time. Absolutely nuts. Alright, so now we're going to make a run through this back trail to simulate kind of the experience of going through an area like this in an actual campaign map, because in a campaign map, you're going to be hauling through areas like this, and I'm just curious to see how this thing does when you throw it into high and point it at a back trail, although it's not going very fast, so I think putting in a low plus with the lockers on, you'd probably be going faster, and honestly, I think that's probably true. So let's put it in automatic and now throw it into high. Yeah, as long as it's not in the mud, I mean, it is going to absolutely blow the doors off of other trucks when you put it in high. Not the winch. There, I was going for lockers, not winch. Come on, easy. It absolutely, God, that trailer is just completely, like, it's teetering on the edge of falling over, but not quite. Nope, back into low plus. You kind of have to really work on your balance of, like, where you position everything, but as long as you position it correctly, boy, does it hook up. Almost there. Oh, nope. Let's, like, can we not? Can we not? Can we not? Can we not? Is it the, oh, it's got to be the, yeah, it's the trailer legs. It's the trailer legs. That's not the truck at all. All right, let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's got an extremely powerful winch as well. The first time I used this truck on a live stream, I was breaking, like, not the small trees, but the big trees with this winch. Now, granted, that's because I was trying to winch, like, basically through a rock wedge, but, like, literally there's a wedged pathway in one of the main maps where the truck wouldn't fit, so I was trying to, like, force it through with the winch. And let's just say the winch pulled some, like, giant trees out of the ground, snapped them completely. Come on, a little bit of a rocky start. What are you? Oh, are you kidding me? Bro, that's sad. That's super sad. All right, it's fixed now. Go, 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 go. They're 7th. Sending it. What? Oh. And aside from, I don't know how the heck we're still running. I mean, the trailer's 90 degrees. I don't know if I don't think we're getting that back. But at the end of the day, this thing absolutely blew my freaking mind. I love this truck, and I will definitely be using it in the future. Now, just as a quick reminder, you can set this up to be, like, super OP like we had it in this video, or you can set it up to be a vanilla-tuned truck as well. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more, and I will see y'all next time. Talk to y'all later.